Spider, sex, yeah, 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 yeah. The price I want for a show, you gon' need 3 promoters. I got the body from Jim Ellis, but I had switched the motor. I got these badass bitch riding around this bitch, they all the coders. Yeah, I just told her make a story. Yeah, I just bought all the Trojans. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I told her style my mix. I told her stop telling everything she seen and told her meet me at the Ritz. Let's go. I got baguettes in the back of my ring and I went and tried to hit. I told her she gotta run to the team before she can talk to the lick. Before she can talk to the lamb chop. I just pulled up in some food. I told her mama tie all my shoes. Showed her 2 million cash and she woozing. 20 watches and I'm still snoozing. I had came up out the trenches, then I had beat a few bodies like Boosie. She said, you Merkle, my show you my coochie. I had to sing to this bitch like Latusi. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go. Bitch got a backwood on her nightstand. She must be fucking with Ghana. Yeah, yeah. I fuck with slacks and we gonna eat rats and I came with some fucking piranhas. Yeah. Out of the Scotty, I got him out well. Need somebody grow me a tree. Came out the hood of my truck, got a hood knot. Crack out the car with no keys. Beat it. She for the street knee. Only one she got hit at the street knee. I'm feeling a little rich this week. Influence my family to not be cheap. I told her FN on me. I call me, she needs just a glass key. Do rolling 60, locked in seats. We rolling that coupe with a bucket seat. Got it up mine like a football clean. Got used to drop out of that photo G. Call her the plug and he know what I need. I stay underneath so we hardly speak. Yeah, I'm in New York counting money. Yeah, ain't the summer but I'm stunning. Yeah, one of these bands wanna love me. Yeah, now wife didn't know love be that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, let's go. Bitch had an X thing on her jeans. I know she fucking with others. Yeah, yeah. I fuck with slacks and we gonna eat rats and I came with some fucking piranhas.
Yeah. What up? Y'all already know, man. It's the man about town, Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stacks with the Facts. And I'm sitting here chilling, man. I just came from my brother Surveill's shop. You know what I'm talking about? He got the Friday night demo going on. You hear me? So I definitely had to go. You know, I had to go get me a bottle of that old lemon. You know, had to go do that. You know what I'm saying? And he had the brisket popping too. So I went and got some brisket. You know what I'm saying? A little brisket dinner my brother had popping. So, you know, I got to support the local business. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I do over here, man. We support all local independent business. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do over here at April Talk, man. And, you know what I'm talking about? I just had to come up there and show my support to my brother. You know what I mean? Like I say, y'all know I got to get that lemon. You feel me? Got to get that lemon. You know what I'm talking about? Columbus, Ohio's own, you hear me? Draped in Creole grapes. It's the best flavor right here, I'm telling you. Yeah. What's good with y'all though, man? You know, I'm sitting here chilling. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff, you know, basically done since I've been off of work since 2:30. And I got everything I needed to get taken care of done. So I was gonna make a pre-record, but I said, you know what, I'm chilling right now, man. I'm gonna just go ahead tap in, see who wanna tap in with their God, man. You know what I'm talking about? I talked to my pops earlier today too. He's supposed to be hitting me up later on to let me know what the topic of the Sunday show is for spiritual roots. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get on right on to it. Sunday's gonna be a beautiful thing. And I will tell y'all kind of what we discussed, but I'm gonna wait till he hit me up with the actual title of the show, and then I'll make the post for it and stuff. That's why I was gonna dedicate my Saturday to tomorrow. I'm gonna go in tomorrow and get some overtime in. You need all that money. And I ain't doing shit anyway, but when I get off of work, I'm coming straight to the crib. Got a lot of stuff I need to take care of on the computer as far as responding to emails and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm going to just be chilling out tomorrow when I get off of work, man. Come straight on to the crib and I'm going to just be relaxing. You know what I'm talking about? Next weekend is Xmas. You hear me? Beautiful thing. My birthday coming up. We're going to have a birthday party. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's invited, but not everybody's invited. You feel me? We'll have a nice little birthday, born day celebration for me, you know, turning 41 years young. You did. It's going to be a beautiful thing. But let's talk about this topic at hand, right? Now, you know, a lot of people feeling some type of way about this whole situation. You know what I'm talking about? And a lot of people are looking at this through the lenses of the rhetoric being, I'm gonna say, spewed on the internet. You know what I mean? You know, the mainstream media likes to paint certain perceptions so you don't question. I'm gonna repeat that just in case y'all hear what I said. The mainstream media likes to paint perceptions in order to get you to not question. Think about that, man. The mainstream media paints perceptions in order so you don't question. Think about that, man. That's powerful right there. And do this intentionally. You feel me? Intentionally. Intentionally distort your perceptions, right? We want to let some more people get on up in here. You know what I'm talking about? Then when you do these little impromptu joints, man, take a second for them old notifications to get out, man. But you know, we ain't worried about it. We just going in, right? You feel me? Now I'm about to play some audio for y'all, man. You hear me? And now that I got the Patreon popping, you did. Now that I got the Patreon popping, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take a lot of the content over there, you know what I mean? Cause y'all know YouTube be hating. YouTube be hating. You hear me? Hating like a son of a bitch, man. Yeah, y'all know YouTube be straight cold hating. So I just sent that to the Patreon. You feel me? Just in case, because you know, like I said, I like to play music and stuff. I really don't too much care about stuff staying up on YouTube due to certain reasons. That's what the Patreon is for. And that's why y'all need to go over there to the Patreon. You hear me? I'm going to put it in my about section. Tomorrow I'm going to do all that. But yeah, though, man, what's good with y'all, man? You know what I'm talking about, man? Beautiful day. It's chilly outside. It get dark real quick out here now, so that'll just make it just like more reason just to be inside. You hear me? But we're going to go in, man. Everybody feeling some type of way about this situation right here, man, right? Now, like I said, I know a lot of y'all want your favorite rappers who rap about certain things in their music. I know y'all be really expecting them to actually be that which they portray through their songs and their music. I know a lot of y'all get emotional attachments to these people, to these guys, as if you know them. You know, a lot of y'all guys really think like, oh, you're rude. These guys aren't street dudes, man. A lot of them, right? Now, according to some sources, I guess Jeffrey is, or at one time was. I just find that hard to believe, man. I'm not saying it's not true. I don't know it to not be true. All I'm saying is I have a very hard time believing that it was any type of a gangster street bout it action type bone in Jeffrey Williams' body. I'm sorry. I just don't see it any, man. But then again, I could be wrong. Some people might say the same thing about me. You know what I mean? So I get that. But I'm just saying for me, like, I don't see it. I just don't see it. Right. But the thing of the day is, did Gunna snitch? And I'm gonna say Yes. Because I'm just saying, based off of my experience with this criminal court system, especially over here in Ohio and Franklin County, man, they're criminals, hence the term the criminal court. I mean, it's literally called the criminal court, ran by criminals. Because ain't nothing more criminal than what's going on downtown in your county jail. That's criminal stuff going on with the sheriff's department and all that. Criminal, high criminality. But we ain't gonna get in that because that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Gunner. Did Gunner cooperate? See, this is where your spirit of discernment has to come in, man. You hear me? This is where your ability to think critically has to come in, and you have to use your deductive reasoning. You understand? You got to use your process of elimination, and you have to use, you know what I'm talking about? You got to use your better judgment, man. You know what I'm saying? Your critical thinking, man. Deductive reasoning. You know what I mean? Now, me having experience with the court system here in Ohio, man, I'm going to just say this, and this varies from state to state, but they all basically run the same way, right? Now, this is a state RICO case, which means at some point, I'm pretty sure there was some federal liaison work going on, right? Local policing departments are just not that advanced to carry out such heavily laden and loading situations, right? They need to be calling the ATF or the FBI or whoever liaisons, right? This dude Gunner, man. I'm about to play this clip for y'all, man. We about to play the clip. Hold on, I'm about to go to it right now. Listen to this, man.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching. Oh.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, and that means that I am board-certified, tried, tested, true. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I'm a trial lawyer. It's what I do. But before we get into what we're going to do, we have breaking news here, and I guess it's kind of breaking news since yesterday on the YSL RICO case. But before we get to that, this episode, like all of our episodes, is brought to you by eForms.com. That's eForms.com. eForms.com. So let's say you have an ex-girlfriend and she just won't leave you alone. And she's living in your basement and you got to get her out of there because she's just such a pain in the ass. She's tweaking out on meth and she doesn't have a lease. Well, you go get an eviction form from eForms.com. You don't hire me. You do what you got to do. It doesn't matter what state you're in. You go to eForms.com and they have you covered. Whether it's a power of attorney, eviction form, whatever you need, they'll get rid of that ex-girlfriend like that. Okay, so now we are reacting to Sergio Kitchens. Sergio Kitchens, as you know, was a high-ranking YSL member, and he pled guilty yesterday in open court, and then he was released from jail. So let's talk about what a plea is first. A plea is when you all of a sudden say, hey, look, I'm guilty. There's two parts to a plea. There's a waiver of your rights because you have a right to a trial, and there's a whole bunch of rights. You have a right to testify, cross-examine witnesses, blah, blah, blah. So you have to waive all those rights first. Then there's what's called a factual basis, and that's what we're going to show you here. Factual basis, that's where you have to admit that you committed a crime. You cannot enter a plea and not admit that you did something wrong. So let's see what the judge has to say, and the prosecutor in this case.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the factual basis. So basically, you got to admit to what you're doing. Or what you did. That makes you feel.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated. So he all of a sudden acknowledges YSL as a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang. And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
So he admitted not only that YSL is a music label, but it's also a gang, and that he and others committed crimes in furtherance of YSL.
Did y'all hear that, man? Did y'all just hear that? I'm gonna run that back for those who might not have heard.
Affiliated. So he all of a sudden acknowledges
that statements are true.
So that's where you have to admit that you committed a crime. You cannot enter a plea and not admit that you did something wrong. So
you cannot enter into a plea agreement without admitting that you broke the law. And repeat. Right? Y'all know what it is, man. This stuff is so funny to me, man, because I'm like, oh, man, these dudes ain't never been in the joint, man, which is a beautiful thing. But the flip side of that is don't understand how this system works. That's the flip side to it. Not knowing or understanding how the system actually works. All right. And they use a term called legalese. Right? Come on now, y'all. This is getting crazy, man. Let's go.
let's see what the judge has to say and the prosecutor in this case.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the factual basis. So basically, you got to admit to what you're doing or what you did. That makes you feel.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated. So he all of a sudden acknowledges YSL as a gang.
YSL.
Gunna's stupid, man. Or is he? And this is what I be saying about y'all, man. Y'all got to stop being so naive, man. You don't think Gunna understood what he was agreeing to? I think the overwhelmingly mass majority of y'all just don't get what he was talking about. It's crazy, man. This is insane, man.
Is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn.
So he admitted not only that YSL is a music label, but it's also a gang, and that he and others committed crimes in furtherance of YSL.
Gunna personally just sunk the ship. He just sunk the shit with that statement slash testimony. Oh my God, man. And y'all giving these dudes passes too, man. What's wrong with y'all, man? Rap bastards.
Present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So you were with Young Thug, and you had some drugs and guns in the car. Oh, and by the way, none of that shit was yours, right? Okay. Oh, who says it? Oh, I guess it must have been the other guy. Fucking A.
I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Man, listen here, man. If y'all don't think, man, listen here, man. If y'all don't know a rap bastard, right? If y'all don't know when a dude is being a rap bastard right to your face, shame on y'all. And this is an assault to our intelligence as well, right? This type of behavior, as I've been saying about so much stuff for years, literally, I've been telling y'all. I'm I've been telling y'all that they're gonna be coming to this stuff, man. This is a disgrace, man. This is an absolute horrible and terrible disgrace. God damn. Rat bastards, man.
YSL's The Gang Must End. I deeply regret, first of all, that you don't need that for a plea. She wanted that for some reason. That's the prosecutor that's standing up talking.
Right.
There's been a lot of talk in the Twitter sphere. Oh, I guess it must have been the other guy. Fucking A.
I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL The Gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
YSL's The Gang Must End. I deeply regret, first of all, that you don't need that for a plea. She wanted that for some reason. That's the prosecutor that's standing up talking right now. There's been a lot of talk in the Twitter sphere and the atmosphere and the cybersphere about whether or not Gunna is snitching. Well, they got a trial coming up, and now he just admitted in open court all these different things. Now, Gunna's lawyer, if you look on here, it says Gunna did not snitch to get out of jail. He has said nothing and is not cooperating. He just admitted in open court. His plea statement cannot be used in court against any other defendant. Not true. So please stop spreading lies. Let's just break this down because people want to know if he's a snitch or not. I can honestly tell you that I don't know if he's snitching or not. His lawyer says he's not cooperating, but that's what he's going to say. You wouldn't have any document to show that he's cooperating. But can his statement be used against somebody else in their trial? Well, let's analyze it. Unless there's a specific agreement to not have that be used in another person's trial, it can be. Why can't it be? Because it's an admission against penal interest. That is not hearsay. Otherwise, it would be a hearsay statement. But when you make a statement under oath and you inculpate yourself, that means you point the finger at yourself, say you did something wrong. That's a statement against interest. That is not hearsay, and that absolutely can be used in a trial against Young Thug. Now, these are extremely serious charges. Kitchens was released from jail on Wednesday, that's yesterday, and his lawyer said he's been held without bail in advance of trial, which is supposed to start in January. This guilty plea was an important development in one of the two sprawling Atlanta criminal cases targeting what prosecutors say are a pair of feuding gangs that have committed dozens of shootings and other violent crimes since 2015. It further says that Kitchens entered an Alford plea, which allows defendants to maintain their innocence while pleading guilty. So here's the plea agreement. I agreed to perform 500 hours of community service, a substantial portion of which will require that I speak to young men and women about the hazards and the immorality of gangs and gang violence and the decay that it causes on our community. I agree that the community service locations shall be determined by the office, blah, blah, blah. I will possess no guns during the term of this sentence or any time. And he got 5 years commuted down to 1. For time served. So he's out and doesn't have to do any more time. Then you have the acknowledgments that we just saw. And if he violates the plea agreement, the district attorney can and will use the statement during any judicial proceedings. Any violation of this plea agreement shall result in full revocation of his suspended sentence. So he's got, I think, 5 years hanging over his head. So people are talking about
Juju, what's good? Sticks, what's good?
Whether he's a snitch or not, we won't know until Thug's trial. Actually, we might know just a little bit before that because my guess is that if he did snitch, the state would have to disclose that and disclose the witness's statement shortly before trial. But it isn't going to be much before trial because he would have a target on his back, no question in my mind, if he decides to snitch. But here's the other thing. Whether Gunna's a snitch or not, fuck that. Who cares? Because there's 20 other people or 27 other people who are charged in this indictment, right? And so I guarantee you they've got snitches that are going to be coming out of the woodwork. Whether Gunna is snitching or not is sort of immaterial because I guarantee you they have more than one snitch. Your case will not just be based on
guarantee you it's way more than one person ratting.
Corroboration through
I'm going to guarantee that.
Through evidence seized in searches and snitch testimony. Now, his trial is supposed to start on January 5th. So the timing of the new charges and the timing of the plea
that shit crazy, y'all.
Is kind of, you can kind of read into it where they're going with this. So if you remember, NBA YoungBoy came up with a plan to get out of jail and an elaborate security plan and curfew and all that kind of stuff. In June, Young Thug did the same thing, but the judge denied his bond and an elaborate house arrest plan. Several factors were taken into consideration, including a threat introduced to the court attributed to Williams from 2015 that states anybody goes into courtroom and tells the God's honest truth, they'll be fucking killed. That's probably a pretty good reason to keep him in custody, don't you think? When you have a situation, this is high profile as it gets in this kind of gang world, and it is.
Hit that like button, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man.
Slap on the wrist, essentially. I don't know how he's not snitching.
Y'all listening to this shit, man?
Rumors and have all my fans say Gunna's a snitch because I don't know that he's a snitch. It sort of smells like snitch though. But we'll find out within the next few weeks whether he's snitching or not.
Man, niggas know that nigga was going to motherfucking rat.
Generally can't admit a statement of a co-defendant against another without the co-defendant being present. And
right.
We'll have to see whether the full.
And that's not true too. That's only in court.
If they don't,
we ain't talking about what happened behind scenes, man.
Thug and Gunna in the car. Who's going to testify about what? And now there's an admission on the record that it wasn't Gunna's. So the implication is that it's Young Thug's. So we'll have to see what's going to happen here. We'll follow this in depth, and but it's really interesting that he took this plea basically on the eve of trial.
The eve of trial.
He was feeling the heat, and they offered him a pretty good deal. But how this doesn't involve snitching, generally speaking, they don't let people out to snitch. But they might have had a weaker case against Gunna, and that could also be a very valid reason why they agreed to do the plea the way they did. So we'll follow this. Make sure you go to Bonfire. Don't forget Bonfire. Christmas is right around the corner. Get some merch. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. And we'll see you next time here on Criminal.
Now, y'all just heard that, right? Vernon 85, what it do, man? Right? Got my brother Sticks in the building, man. What's good with my young brother and Sticks? Hey, man. If it look like a rat, talk like a rat, smell like a rat, goddamn it, scurry across the damn floor like a goddamn rat. Goddamn, it's a goddamn rat, man. You hear me? Listen, man. I'm about to play this back too because the very fact that he responded yes to that DA's questions, that incriminated everybody involved. No doubt. Depending on when you go on your lunch break, man, we might already be up through. You know what I'm talking about? I got another show to do at 9 o'clock. This is just a little impromptu situation demonstration. You feel me? We ain't about to be in here that long for real, y'all. I just wanted to touch on this real quick because you know what I'm saying? I just want to clarify some things, man. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta clarify a couple things real quick, man. You feel me? Now, I'm going to go play this back one time, right?
A gang, and that he and us acknowledges YSL as a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, yeah. That's that right there, y'all. That right there. That's snitching right there. Right in the courtroom. Y'all try to throw this, I ain't snitching, I'm telling, man. Listen here. Snitching is telling and telling is snitching. God, I don't want them out here to try to define the two. Like, I tell you, nah, nigga, you're still snitching. You're a rat bastard, man. You hear me? Now, this dude just sat up here in the courtroom, man. And answer yes to this lady's question. Let's listen though. You gotta listen.
So he admitted not only that YSL is a music label, but it's also a gang, and that he and others committed crimes in furtherance of YSL.
You were present when law enforcement officers agreed or acknowledged that statements are true. Okay.
Enter a plea and not admit that you did something wrong. So let's see what the judge has to say. And there's what's called a factual basis, and that's what we're going to show you here. Factual basis, that's where you have to admit that you committed a crime. You cannot enter a plea and not admit that you did something wrong.
Let's run that back, just in case y'all didn't hear.
and say, hey, look, I'm guilty. There's two parts to a plea. There's a waiver of your rights because you have a right to a trial. And there's a whole bunch of rights. You have a right to testify, cross-examine witnesses, blah, blah, blah. So you have to waive all those rights first. Then there's what's called a factual basis. And that's what we're going to show you here. Factual basis, that's where you have to admit that you committed a crime. You cannot enter a plea and not admit that you did something wrong. So let's see what the judge has to say and the prosecutor in this case.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the factual basis. So basically, you got to admit to what you're doing or what you did. That makes you
I
guilty.
became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
Damn.
I became affiliated. So he all of a sudden acknowledges YSL as a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
So he admitted not only that YSL is a music label, but it's also a gang, and that he and others committed crimes in furtherance of YSL.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Damn.
you were with Young Thug when you had some drugs and guns in the car. Oh, and by the way,
man.
none of that shit was.
Y'all act like y'all don't know snitching when y'all hear snitching, or maybe y'all don't. I don't know. I know rat bastard energy when I see it and when I hear it, goddammit. And that nigga gun is a rat bastard. Right? The very fact that part of his plea agreement was that he could possibly use to come testify in future cases, not specifically regarding this one, that goes to show you that he's a rat bastard right there. Or at least agreeing to be used as one if possible in the future. Oh, man, come on. What is our society coming to, man? This is crazy. This is absolutely insane, man.
Yours, right? Okay. Oh, who says it? Oh, I guess it must have been the other guy. Fucking A.
I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
YSL.
Damn, YSL must end. You was one of the big men. You was like the general.
Tells the gang must end. I deeply regret. First of all, that you don't need that for a plea. She wanted that for some reason. That's the prosecutor that's standing up talking right now. There's been a lot of talk in the Twitter sphere and the atmosphere and the cybersphere about whether or not Gunna is snitching. Well, they got a trial coming up, and now he just admitted.
Shout out to that brother, man, the Liberwitz. You hear me? Shout out to Liberwitz. Hey, man, listen here, y'all, man. I know, like I said, I know a lot of y'all like these guys, man, these rappers, man, and for some odd reason, y'all identify with them on whatever level you do. So much so that you will blindly support them. Right? Now, I'm not telling nobody to not support Gunna, or should I say Gunna. I'm not telling anybody that at all. What I am saying is that, just like the lawyer said, you don't get to do certain things without certain people being involved, man. Flat out. If you can read between the lines. And my whole thing is this with this whole situation. What did Young Thug do or didn't do to get this treatment, this humiliation? I want to know out there too, how many of y'all still going to deny that this stuff is going on, and no matter which a lot of us be saying it is, man, the humiliation rituals and stuff like that. Oh my God. My Lord, man. So we got this dude Gunna. He has been released from jail. That nigga's a rat bastard, man. I don't care what anybody say. He's a rat bastard, man. Wow, man, this is crazy. I'm telling them feds coming knocking, man. Ain't nothing you can do. And man, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm sitting up here trying to tell y'all, man. You hear me? They ain't playing no games whatsoever. So y'all shouldn't be playing no games either. You know, this is real serious, man. This ain't no play type stuff, man. There's years involved. When I seen, listen here, man, my brother Uncle Diggity, man, hey, when I seen it was down to 30 people on the indictment, I said, oh, man, out of 30 people, you're going to get at least 11 people that's going to be rat bastards, if not more. Huh? Come on, man. Niggas been in the streets, man. Niggas have been in the joint, man. Been in all type of activities, man. Ain't about to run no game on me, man. No, sir. No, sir. You hear me? Now, you got Gunna being released, right? That's the suspect right there, right? And not only that, right? Not only that, right? He also made that song with FKN Mecca, the first ever unintelligent artificial intelligence AI robot, or should I say AI rapper. Man, y'all better pay attention to what's going on out here, man. I ain't gonna let up ever, too. I ain't gonna never increase and get more and more. The rawer they get, the more iller I'm gonna have to get. You did. We ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? Hit that like button. Y'all click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Share your social engineering. You feel me? What y'all think about this, man? Put a 1 in the chat if you think their gun is a rat or is going to rat, right? How many of y'all think that? How many of y'all think that it's going to be a lot more people out of the YSL situation and just turning into straight rat bastards, right? It's not funny, but it's funny. You gotta laugh at it. It's not funny, but you have to laugh at this stuff. And this is what I'm saying, man. This is why us real ones need to come to YouTube and shut all this fake fuckery bullshit down. Right? And I ain't even, I'm not on none of that because I don't do the fake. I don't do that. I mean, I'm not a tough. I'm tough, but I'm not a tough guy. You hear me? If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So I'm a tough guy, but I ain't tough. You did? You understand me, man? Yeah, man. Gunna. I wonder if he gonna drop an album. You know these record labels be locking these dudes up just for clout, right? To get record sales going and get buzz going and generating, and also to take attention off of what's actually going on and cause confusion with a story that has some truth and validity to it, but even it in its essence is fuckery. Now, anybody from the streets who's been to jail and been to court and actually experienced sitting in that goddamn cell and somebody say, hey, Barry, you got a visit. You got a professional visit. Like, huh? How do I get a lawyer that fast? Oh, my God, man. You hear me? To those real ones that have been there, man, I'm telling you right now, man, ain't no way. And then outside of that, the man just got on the stand and testified. he responded yes to every last one of that lady's questions, which incriminated not only himself, but everybody else that's affiliated with this case, including Jeffrey. What part of that being a rat bastard don't y'all get? Don't you know that testimony right there solidified that Thug is definitely not getting out? Young Jeffrey definitely ain't getting out. Because it's been confirmed by Gunna that y'all are in fact a gang. And y'all are in fact having involved with drugs, smuggling, selling, and all of that crazy stuff that y'all be doing. Getting booked for. Hit that like button, y'all, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. It's kind of sad for real, when you think about it. As far as the implications for it, it's really sad, really disheartening. This is the new version of Willie Lynch, man. The entertainment industry, the sports industrial complex, the music industrial complex, or the movie industrial complex, or I'm going to just put movies, music, all in the same category and just call it social engineering, right? This is just think about it though, y'all. Just think about it. This was one of us, man. All right. And I want y'all to do a process of elimination, deductive reasoning, and use your critical thinking, man. When it comes to all of this stuff, that way you can't be duped and fooled. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. This whole story is just outlandish. You hear me? Absolutely wild and crazy, man. All right. So I wonder when we're going to hear from old Jeffrey, man. Seeing as how this boy that went up there and just straight ratted on everybody.
In open court, all these different things. Now, Gunna fear about whether or not Gunna
of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
YSL as a gang must end. I deeply regret. First of all, that you don't need that for a plea. She wanted that for some reason. That's the prosecutor that's standing up talking right now. There's been a lot of talk in the Twitter sphere and the atmosphere and the cybersphere about whether or not Gunna is snitching. Well, they got a trial coming up. And now he just admitted in open court all these different things. Now, Gunna's lawyer, if you look on here, it says Gunna did not snitch to get out of jail. He has said nothing and is not cooperating. He just admitted in open court. His police
he literally just admitted it. And that's what be getting me with these people, y'all. This is what be getting me with these people, man. This is why I call them this is why I call them the lamestream media. Right? This is exactly why I call them that. Because they say goofy shit like that. Insulting our intelligence as if we can't read between the lines or decipher what it is they saying. Right? And this is why I say keep the foot on their neck, man. You know, and this is another reason why I do my due diligence, man. So not only to talk about, man, what I'm thinking, but, you know, be able to defend it if necessary. Right? Let's go back, man. This is terrible, man. Like, seriously, man. This is horrible.
Court against any other defendant, but it isn't going to be much before trial of his suspended sentence. So he's got, I think, 5 years hanging over his head. So people are talking about whether he's a snitch or not. Whether he's a snitch or not, we won't know until Thug's trial. Actually, we might know just a little bit before that, because my guess is that if he did snitch, the state would have to disclose that and disclose the witness's statement shortly before trial. But it isn't going to be much before trial, because he would have a target on his back, no question in my mind, if he decides to snitch. But here's the other thing. Whether Gunna's a snitch or not, fuck that. Who cares? Because there's 20 other people or 27 other people who are charged in this indictment, right?
Don't forget about them. Whatever you do, don't forget about the 27 other people on the fucking indictment, man. somebody gonna rat. That's a high number of people in one case. Somebody's definitely going to end up being a rat bastard. Guaranteed. OG, what it do, man? You know, we in here chopping it up about this Gunna situation, man, with his rat bastard ass. You hear me? He just sit up there on the goddamn it. He just sit there on the goddamn stand and just spilled all the beans. You hear me? Spilled all the beans. Those questions were designed to get one response of two responses for them. Yes or no. And I don't recall hearing Gunna say no to anything that was asked of him. You hear me, man? I said, you hear me, man? Click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Y'all sharing social engineering, man. Smash that like button. That's what an intelligent, critical thinking person would have did. That's what an intelligent, critical thinking man would have did. So you gotta be able to think on your feet, man. Like I said, this shit got to be in you, not on you. And a lot of you niggas is in the way. You hear me? That goddamn like button, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody doing this video, but ain't nobody gonna cover it like me. You ain't gonna go into the meat and potatoes like me. Only a few people gonna do that. My brother Red Supreme TV1 is one of them. He went in earlier. You hear me? Right? I mean, you know, stories like this be good for entertainment and all that, but there's also a lot of implications to this stuff. You gotta be able to connect the dots on certain things, man. You hear me? You gotta be able to use your discernment, man.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
This just seems unreal to me, bro.
And the game. And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the game.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn. Y'all talking about 6ix9ine, but Gunna's even worse, bro. This is like he's just telling I'm not a part of the game. YSL, they're on their own. I'm on my own. I was never affiliated with them whatsoever. I'm not a gangster. But when you have somebody's bar, you're speaking about I do this for the gang, I do that for the gang. I'm with the team, bro. That's why I don't like. I don't like when people act like this, man. Y'all want to be gangster, but you can't stand for what you believe in, bro. I don't like this, man.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered.
Dang.
These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
You see what he's doing there? He said, those were my guns, those were my drugs. It was all Young Thug's drugs, man. I want to get out. I want to be free. I don't like stitches, bro. Honestly, right. I don't like snitches. Snitches get stitches. That's a fact. And this video just proves you can't trust anybody. Because he's been talking about he's for the gang. He's for the people. He's about to help the people get out of their hood. He's for the struggle. But when it comes to him actually taking responsibility for his actions, then he's quiet. He don't want to do that. You ready to pin it on the next dude. You know, Young Thug helped him, bro. Young Thug helped him with his career. That's why I think.
Dude, silly as hell, man. OG said he should have said YSL is not a gang. It's a record label. Yes, but see, that's what he should have said. But what he actually did is get up on that stand and become a rat bastard in front of everybody.
And so
you were present along with Jeffrey Williams
as a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang. And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
So
he said yes, ma'am.
That YSL is music label, but it's also a gang. and that he and others committed crimes in furtherance of.
Oh, I didn't
First,
even
we
mean
go
to
to the
do that,
Hamilton
man.
County Common Police Court and
So please stop spreading lies. Let's just break this down because people want to know if he's a snitch or not. Violent crimes since 2015. Further says that Kitchens entered an Alford plea, which allows defendants to maintain their innocence while pleading guilty. So here's the plea agreement. I agreed to perform 500 hours of community service, a substantial portion of which will require that I speak to young men and women about the hazards and the immorality of gangs and gang violence and the decay that it causes in our community. I agree that the community service locations shall be determined by the office, blah, blah, blah. I will possess no guns during the term of this sentence or any time. And he got 5 years commuted down to 1 for time served. So he's out and doesn't have to do any more time. Then you have the acknowledgments that we just saw. And if he violates the plea agreement, the district attorney can and will use the statement during any judicial proceedings. Any violation of this plea agreement shall result in the revocation of his suspended sentence. So he's got, I think, 5 years hanging over his head. So people are.
Y'all hear that? And this is a famous Liverwitz from YouTube. He be on YouTube. Credentials everywhere. Right? Now, y'all think about this, man. That man just sat up on that stand, man, and just agreed to everything, man. I don't get how y'all say that's not being a rat bastard. That's crazy. Man, listen, I'm glad my life of criminality is over with. You hear me? I wouldn't dare commit no crime with you level niggas out here, man.
Whether he's a snitch or not, we won't know until Ug's trial.
Right.
Actually, we might know just a little bit before that because my guess is that if he did snitch, the state would have to disclose that and disclose the witness's statement shortly before trial. But it isn't going to be much before trial because he would have a target on his back, no question in my mind, if he decides to snitch. But here's the other thing. Well,
they gotta make sure they protect the witness and all that
stuff. There's 20 other people or 27 other people who are charged in this.
Make sure ain't no prices on his head or nothing like that.
They've got snitches that are going to be coming out of the
Y'all remember The Wire?
Is snitching or not is sort of immaterial because I guarantee you they have more than one snitch. Your case will not just be based upon Gunner's word and Gunner's word alone. They're going to have information through cell phone, through.
They're about to bag the whole YSL, but they're going to use Gunner as the thing to crack it open. I can just imagine what these niggas been talking about behind the scenes. They got them all split up. These niggas is like, man, fuck them niggas, man. Shit, man. Them niggas was running all this shit, man. We just was working for them niggas, man.
In June,
fuck, man, nigga wore dress anyway, man. Fuck that nigga.
Elaborate house arrest plan. Several factors were taken into consideration.
That's messed up how you niggas be thinking, man.
To the court, attributed to Williams from 2015 that states anybody goes into.
Everybody want to be a street nigga. Everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be a hustler. Or should I say a drug dealer? Everybody want to be a drug dealer. Everybody want to be a hustler. Everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be a real hitter, a real nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody want to be a baller. Everybody want to have street cred and be about that life. Huh? And tote the blicky. Now understanding that's consequences to that shit. You hear me? Consequences to that shit. When the police pull over, that nigga Gunner shouldn't have said nothing. He should have remained silent and took his ass to jail. That's what he was supposed to do. They're riding around dirty. Or should I say he didn't even have to say that. He should have, Young Thug should have took out. If in fact it was his. Right? Yeah, man, you niggas ain't no real, y'all niggas ain't really been out here for real, man. Y'all niggas don't know nothing, man. Niggas never been in them courtrooms, man. In front of them people. You hear me? The judges and shit. Y'all niggas ain't never been in no courtroom. That shit is demonic as fuck. You hear me? I hope I don't have to ever go to another courtroom again. Especially behind catching no case, nigga. You get the fuck out of here, man. You niggas still catching cases in 2023, y'all fool. You hear me? I'm telling you that right now. Y'all acting crazy. You catch a case now, you mess around now, get out the joint. Especially if you're a repeated offender, man. Like myself. You hear me? Nigga, ain't nothing worth going to the joint for, bruh. If you ain't really, it's not all that. It's not a badge of honor. It's not a rite of passage. It's not something to be championed or heralded as it's a big accomplishment. It's not something to wear on your sleeve. It's not something to be proud of. Nigga, you catch a case and go to the goddamn joint. Nigga, you lost. You failed. You blew it. You catch a case, go to the joint, nigga, you failed. You're not successful. Be saying about you niggas. All you niggas got something to say about this case, and none of you niggas never been in front of them judges. I'm not saying anything about condoning being a rat bastard, right? Because what should have happened that night, they got pulled over. Young Thug, or matter of fact, I'm gonna say Young Thug, whichever one of them two dudes, either Jeffrey or Sergio. This nigga's name's Sergio. Jeffrey or Sergio, depending on whose drugs and guns that actually belonged to, whoever it belonged to should have took out for it. So y'all not even familiar with that language, right? Whoever the contraband belonged to, whoever the contraband was brought in the car by, that is the person who should have took out. What I mean by take out, I mean they should have fessed up and said, you know what, that's my stuff, man. Right? And then make a decision based off of that. And so you niggas ain't never been in them courtrooms, man, sitting in front of them judges, man, with that black robe as he sits on the fucking banco or the bank or the bench. Huh? With his with the American flag behind him and gold fringe, surrounded in gold fringe. Huh? Very demonic. It's very demonic. You're being summoned. Huh? Summoned to court. Y'all better, man, I'm telling y'all are not ready for this type of teaching for real, man. A lot of y'all's minds is perceptually just not there. And that's not an assault to intelligence, man. That's just what it is. I get people who email me all the time. Man, I ain't never heard that before. My mind is blown. All right? This shit terrible, man. And you got people out here defending this shit. Defending this rat bastard ass nigga as if he ain't a rat bastard ass nigga. He incriminated everybody that is involved with this case before, or even, we don't know who's snitching right now at this point. We don't know who's gonna come out there and cop on that stand, right? One thing for sure, two things for certain, it could possibly be Gunna. Oh my God! So even if he signed some type of deal, which it could be argued, man. You just never know with these people. They're criminals themselves, so they can operate on the whim. They can just change the laws right there in a second. I've seen it happen, especially when you go to court cases where dudes got to pay big restitution fines. They be embezzling money and stuff like that. This guy Gunna, man, right? He gets on the stand, y'all. I don't understand how y'all don't. I don't understand how y'all don't. No, I mean, I get it though, right? I understand. I just got over in or out of extra stand. But the fact that y'all don't see, the fact that some of y'all can't see, don't want to see, right? That's irrelevant, man. If y'all can't see that by him saying all this stuff, or if y'all don't understand that him saying yes to those questions that the DA was asking him, if y'all don't understand that, that is very incriminating. Only in America, man. So he gets released today, right? He got released today, man. How many of y'all still gonna bang Gunna music, man? Y'all gonna see a show? Gunna's a rap bastard, man. He didn't even have to secretly snitch, man. He snitched right out in the open, man. He got on the stand and said yes to literally every question that lady asked him, man. Do you understand how serious that is? I'm just saying, him saying yes to all those questions she asked him, like I said, that's a pretty much open and shut case right there. Man, listen here, man. Right. A lot of you dudes sitting up here, y'all are these type of guys, man. This is why I quit my life of criminality, y'all. This is why I quit doing all the stuff I used to do. Right? Y'all the type of guys that'll be in the car with a nigga, right? You ain't really no street dude. You really ain't no hustling dude. You just one of these guys that just want to be a certain way. Let me just say that, right? You got the pistol on you. You got the pistol on you, right? A lot of you niggas is just like this. You got the pistol on you. Why? I don't understand why you got a gun on you. A lot of you dudes, most of y'all dudes carrying guns do not have enemies. And nobody's going to do anything to you. So you think about that. Y'all out there think about what I just said. Oh my God, man. This is horrible, man. This is terrible, man. This is terrible implications for this whole situation, man. Horrible implications on so many different levels. Most of people won't get it. Won't see it. Right? But a lot of you dudes out there, man, maybe some of y'all chicks too. A lot of y'all dudes is some old slide the pistol underneath my seat ass niggas. Huh? A lot of you niggas is slide the pistol underneath the seat of the person who's, yeah. Oh, slide the pistol under the seat ass niggas, man. Listen, I used to tell them this all the time, man. I ain't gonna tell you can't have your gun in your car with me. Just make sure you taking out for that motherfucker, though. You hear me? Facts. You want to get in my car and ride with a pistol? You can do that. Just make sure we get pulled over. You got them take out for that joint. A whole bunch of soft ass niggas, right? A whole bunch of soft ass, emotional ass, damn near broad niggas running around with pants on, with tight ass pants on, with 30 round extendos hanging out their pocket. Looking goofy as hell, man. All this shit I be seeing, that shit is all goofy. You niggas be thinking that shit fly too. That shit corny as hell. Sitting in the hood with tight ass, skinny ass, painted on jeans on, with a 30 round extendo heading out the clip out your pocket. Can't even barely walk. Just terrible, man. It's just horrible, man. You feel me? And I, for one, am going to blaze and roast every trick because it's deserved. You hear me? This dude Gunna got up on the goddamn stand and agreed and said yes to literally every question this chick asked of him. Now, just in case y'all forgot, since y'all don't think this is snitching, this is outright blatant snitching.
through text messages or any time, and he got 5 years, commuted down to 1 for time served. So he's out and doesn't have to do any more time. Then you have the acknowledgments that we just saw. And if he violates the plea agreement, the district attorney can and will use the statement during any judicial proceedings. Any violation of this plea agreement shall result in full revocation of his suspended sentence. So he's got, I think, 5 years hanging over his head. So people are talking about whether he's a snitch or not. Whether he's a snitch or not, we won't know until Thug's trial. Actually, we might know just a little bit before that, because my guess is that if he did snitch, the state would have to disclose that and just
and music indirectly further these items
committed crimes as a gang.
YSL is
And not admit that you did.
Just in case y'all ain't hear it.
See what the judge has to say, and the prosecutor in this case.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the factual basis. So basically, you got to admit to what you're doing or what you did. That makes you feel.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated. So he all of a sudden acknowledges YSL as a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh? This nigga Gunn is a rap bastard, man. See, this is what I be talking about, y'all, too. This is what I be talking about when I say cognitive dissonance. A lot of y'all are suffering from a very severe case of cognitive dissonance. 2 + 2 = 5. Huh? This man sitting right up here in your face. The very fact that he's saying yes to every question she asking him is incriminating everybody off top. Y'all think, hold on, let me come back up for this because a lot of y'all is crap. So y'all think that Young Thug gave him the okay to do this? Y'all think Thug don't want to be home with his kids or whatever he got going on? Y'all think he would rather be at home? Y'all tripping if y'all think that, right? Tripping. Man, this is crazy, man. For real, man. This is crazy, man. For real. This whole situation is just terrible, man. You remember me? Horrible, man. Absolutely tragic. You did? Yeah, man, I just wanted to go in real quick. I ain't no need to like drag this joint out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so anyway. You feel me? We ain't gotta sit here and have no 2-hour conversation about these niggas, man. Talking about he ain't snitched on Young Thug. He snitched on Young Thug by proxy by saying that when he joined the organization in 2016, they were involved in criminal activity. It's just sad for real, but I was like, it's very rare that I'm speechless. You know what I'm saying? Very rare that I'm speechless. And don't ever forget, y'all, right? Please don't get this twisted. Please don't get this messed up, right? Don't forget, right? Right? Don't ever forget. Don't y'all ever forget. You hear me? I mean, don't y'all ever forget, right? Let me remind y'all real quick. I'm going to remind y'all real quick. I mean, that's what I'm saying, OG. You ain't going to sit up here and try to convince me like Thug was like, yeah, man, just go up there and say, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, that we a gang, and, you know what I'm saying, go up there and say that we sit up there and rob people and shots people, a couple bodies. Every time she asks you a question, just say, yeah. Shut the fuck up, man. Now, that's an insult to the intelligence right there, man. You hear me? I'm trying to find this article real quick. All right, don't ever forget, y'all. Oh, come on, man. Hold on, let me erase this out. Don't y'all ever forget, man, that this boy Gunna, right? He's an innovator in the music game. Remember a couple months ago, a month or so ago, he came out with this song featuring Gunna, FM Mecca. Don't ever forget, y'all. Listen. Don't ever forget that, right? Don't ever forget that Gunna was the first artist to do a collabo with an AI generated rap artist. Right? I told y'all they're using these rapper niggas to usher in the smart grid. So y'all think I'll just be saying shit just to be saying shit just so I can, you know what I mean? Just so I can sound like I'm smarter than enough. Nah, this is what's going on. And it's right in the face. Straight up in your face. Straight up in your face. And I keep laughing because y'all stupid. A lot of y'all. A lot of y'all really think that this boy ain't cooperate. And I'm listen, I'm just like, I don't feel the need to have to, you know, whatever, right? We'll see at the trial, man. You feel me? But for this man to get up on the stand and basically give confirmation to everything that lady was asking him, that pretty much put everybody else's ass in the sling. Because even as a goddamn, right? And I'm pretty sure this varies from state to state. That's crazy, man. It's nothing to say that for another day. You feel me? But yeah, I mean, hit that like button, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page. We definitely going in at 9 o'clock in about an hour. You know, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to be going in, discussing the Friday night wrap up. Y'all know how we do a Friday night wrap up. We're going to be discussing this on there a little bit too. I just wanted to go a little bit in depth on this so y'all can hear that. I wanted to play that video so y'all can hear it because a lot of y'all haven't heard that, right? Y'all want y'all to understand that man was in the, understand that man was sitting on the stand. And when asked, is YSL a record label and a gang, or should I say not asking, but basically getting him to confirm, saying that it is basically him saying that YSL is a gang and a record label. And yes, there's plenty of criminal activity that we've been into. I've been a part of it as well. That is being a rap bastard. I'm pretty sure that is not what Thug discussed with him. Young, I keep calling it Jeffrey discussed with him. That's why I say, man, don't live a life of crime, y'all, man. Live a straightforward life, man. Go get you a job till you be able to, you know, start you a business or whatever it is you're trying to aspire to do. You know what I'm saying? Figure out something that you can do to bring some extra revenue in, man, because these dudes, they giving the man. Listen, if I had a son right now, and I can say that if I had a son, I wouldn't let him listen to this shit. I'm gonna let him listen to especially Gunna and Slim. I'm gonna call him Slim Thug, Young Thug. And all y'all talking about Young Thug, about that mess here, but man, I don't believe it, man. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it, man. I ain't saying I'm the end all be all, man, because I ain't. I could be dead ass wrong. He could actually be something on the street. He could actually have some type of poor juice. You know, I mean, he could actually be that type of guy, man. I don't care though. I don't bar that shit. Right? That shit don't mean nothing to me. Crazy, man. Crazy. So what y'all think about this, man? What y'all think about this whole fiasco, man? Ain't it a goddamn shame for real, for real? When you think about it all? When you think about the level of fuckery that this is exemplifying, ain't some fuck shit for real? What do you say? Said Gunna just bowed down to the judge, didn't even I mean, that's why I'm saying you niggas is talking all this street shit, all this tough shit, all this gangster shit, right? Everybody want to be a thug, man. Everybody want to be a gangster, man. Everybody want to be a hitter, a real nigga. You feel me? Not knowing that it's fucking consequences that come with being in that lifestyle, man. And most of y'all is not prepared to handle and go through what you're going to have to go through living this type of lifestyle. Most of y'all ain't ready to go lay down for no 20 years, man. Huh? Most of you niggas would have been singing in the backseat of the cop car. They ain't have to get some of you niggas to the precinct, man. You niggas would have snitched in the backseat of the car, told the whole demo, man. And then you niggas snitch and still go to jail. I never understood that, man. I never got that, man. You niggas snitch and still go to jail? Like, that's stupid as fuck. You niggas tell and still gotta go to jail. That shit sounds dumb as hell, man. Yeah, he just bowed down. He went right there in that courtroom and bowed down. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'm trying to figure out how y'all don't know or don't see that in Gunner doing what he did basically blew the case wide open. In exchange for leniency, in exchange for clemency, that nigga Gunner cooperated. And it's all gonna come out, man. It's gonna all come out when young Thugger, what y'all call him, Thugger. It's just hard for me to accept that guy's a thug, man. I'm sorry. I done heard people say he about that action for real. He really is about that life in Atlanta, and YSL was a real gang and bodies and all that. Man, I don't care nothing about that shit, man. That shit ain't hitting up on nothing with me. I don't believe it. I don't believe that Jeffrey Williams, the same nigga I seen wearing dresses and blouses and shit. I have a hard time accepting that he was fucking presiding over niggas as a boss. I'm not saying it ain't true, man. I'm not saying it can't be possible. I'm not saying it's not going on, or I'm not saying that it ain't. I'm just saying I don't believe it. I have a very hard time believing that. I can't imagine niggas who is to the level where they're willing to kill other niggas. I can't imagine them letting they organization be ran by a nigga who wear dresses and shit. And you ain't gonna convince me that a nigga just out of the blue start wearing dresses and shit just because he in the music industry. Mm-hmm. You niggas is terrible, man. I don't give a damn what the court say, nigga. That nigga got on the stand and said everything he said. Nigga, I mean, that's that's some snitching if I ain't never heard it. Cause see, now that they got him admitting that YSL's a gang, YSL's involving criminal activity, YSL's responsible for some assaults and some bodies. Nigga. Look how long it's taking them to crack these cases. That's letting y'all know. So this is why I want to test y'all's critical thinking, man. So, right? Y'all niggas is doing these motherfuckers jobs for them and shit, right? Make them earn their money that they get paid way too much to do the stuff they do, right? You niggas be so scared when y'all get knocked. Y'all do their job for them, man. Cop ass niggas, man. That nigga Gunner got on that goddamn stand and said, yes, YSL is a gang. Yes, YSL is a record label. Yes, YSL is involved in criminal activity. He just admitted to all that shit. Under oath. It's crazy.
So that you did something. We are reacting to Sergio Kitchens.
Sergio Kitchens.
And say, hey, look, I'm guilty. There's two parts, blah, blah, blah. So you have to waive all those rights first. Then there's what's called a factual basis. And that's what we're going to show you here. Factual basis, that's where you have to admit that you committed a crime. You cannot enter a plea and not admit that you did something wrong. So
just keep that in mind, y'all. You cannot enter into a plea deal, a plea bargain deal, without admitting that you did some criminal activity. So the very fact that we are hearing about this, we're going to let you know that he cooperated. He cooperated. He cooperated by admitting guilt in order for a lesser sentence. But wants us to think that he's innocent. That's crazy. That is delusional thinking right there, man. Like one of these broads.
See what the judge has to say and the prosecutor in this case.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the factual basis. So basically, you got to admit to what you're doing or what you did. That makes you guilty.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated. So he all of a sudden acknowledges YSL as a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, come on, y'all. How much more plain could it be? Rat bastard. Like I said, listen here, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, y'all. You hear me? We about to get up out of here. I just want to come in and touch on that real quick, man. I want to drag this one out. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't want to drag this one out at all. You feel me? Just tap on this real quick, just to let y'all know that this nigga's a rat bastard. Flat out. I don't care how anybody feels about it, what anybody thinks about it. And it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when when Jeffrey goes to trial. It's gonna be interesting. You know, so I'm gonna leave y'all with some more music by these two son-ass dudes, man. Son as hell, man.
Sletty, what's up? I'm out here motherfucking golf at 7 in the morning. Look at this shit. This shit ain't no cap in my rap. Look at this shit. Ain't no cap in my raps. Tiger Hood. You know, Kizzy. Yeah. Tiger Hood, cuz. OTW, Sletty.
Well, welcome.
Mike will.
I pull up with a pink tie. money go for miles. I've been getting it since a toddler. I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto. Hell, my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like I'm a Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready to like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge. My bro on a steaming stove, cooking crack like grits. Got this vibe on a tippy toe, struggling in a pit. LA live, I'm standing at the lows with this Hollywood bitch. Got a 9, then a snub nose, can't wait to let it hit. Pull up with a stick, I pull up with a stick. I pull up with a pink toe, whipping she sucking it deep. I put some diamonds on her toes, let her hold on in the reach. You was used to pulling kick those, you can still call it a leak. You broken, can't be fixed. When the niggas is spent the nick, how you pull that don't make sense. I made a whole mile off an inch. I had 99 problems, I just scratch your heart to this. Got some knees and winnings, all on my neck, it's quarter brick. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, hell my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like a Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready to like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge. Bestie, I just hit my friend, told her catch me. I'ma lick her skin, she so precious. Might not fuck again, she too messy, but hit and no flex. Rose gold on a miss. Drop 210, car game with no 10. You don't gotta do that though. You can hop in front of tip. Boy, 9 in the vent. But 9 and get spent. I got 2 B's on my bosses and a thotty in the bed. I know niggas better than me, still didn't tell 12 shit. I got skeletons in my closets and they scared of me and shit. There's Margellas under the bed, screaming rock me kid. I put water on my head and she got CC. Couple ops played dead and they still got hit. I done bit little mama's spine, but it still ain't my kid. Only reason I use my line is cause she drank my spit. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, hell my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like a Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready to like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge.